I'm about to hop on a call with an agent that I'm mentoring at the brokerage that I'm with, Real Broker, and I have conversations with new real estate agents because of the brokerage that I'm with on a weekly basis. It's something I love so much. However, this is a question I get asked a lot. This is something that I would tell you if you are a brand new agent. This is what I would tell you if we were sitting here drinking our coffee together, just like two real estate friends having a conversation. This is what I would tell you if you were to ask me, what should I be spending my time on as a new agent? The thing is, when you get your real estate license, it can feel very overwhelming. All of a sudden, you have your license, you're now an independent contractor, you're running your own business, and the whole world is literally your oyster, which is a good thing, but it also can be a bad thing because what I mean is there's literally unlimited ways to get business. There's a zillion ways to try to run your business, try to get business. And I am a very firm believer that all these different ways of getting business work. They all do work if you do them long enough, do them well enough, and are consistent enough. It's the thing. But we can't do everything. And while there's a zillion ways to go get business as a new agent, I found that there's also a lot of things that new agents spend their time doing that are just a flat out waste of time. I'm on calls often with agents, by the way, as well, who are thinking about joining Real Broker, and they want me to be their sponsor. They want me to sponsor them. They're all over the US and Canada, and they're switching from another brokerage. And the brokerage that they're with as a new agent is telling them, this whole checklist, this whole handful of things, they're telling them to spend their time on as a new agent. And I'm listening to the things that they're telling me their brokerage that they're currently with is telling them to do, and I'm like, there's a reason your business isn't up and running yet and you've been licensed for a few months working at it consistently, because the things that your brokerage is telling you to do are a straight up waste of time. So if you're new here, welcome. My name's Mariah. I have been a real estate agent my entire adult life. I'm on my 10th year. I got my license when I was 18. A couple years after getting licensed, I was able to retire my husband. He was able to quit his job cold turkey and join me as a husband and wife real estate team. Now my work looks a lot different. I'm supporting agents. I sponsor agents all over the US and Canada at our brokerage, and I'm happy to also mentor agents if they're in our state at our brokerage. That's a whole different thing. I've done videos on that recently. If you want more information on what that looks like, what that is, head over to my channel and go to my recent uploads. But my husband and I are still a real estate team, and I'm still involved in our business, although my role looks a lot different than it used to. With all that being said, the things I'm going to share with you today are what I would do if I was a brand new agent. Like if I just got my license right now today and I was like, I need business. How do I spend my time? This is it. Okay. So I just left a class where I was actually in a classroom. I was in a classroom with a handful of people, and this is a 6-week-long course that I'm taking, 6-week-long in-person class. And the thing is, I do not have unlimited time, okay? I've pulled back massively in my business because I'm also feel very called to homeschool my daughter right now, where she's involved in obviously all these kid activities I'm taking her to as well. We both see our friends on a very consistent basis and spend time doing that during the day as well, not just working. I'm also helping agents. Like I pulled back in my business a lot, but we still have a lot going on. I guess what I'm trying to say is I don't have unlimited time to just take classes all day. However, I prioritized this class. I am prioritizing it for the next 6 weeks. Actually, it is an hour and a half once a week for 6 weeks long in person. And the thing is, this is something I would also tell new agents to do. This is something I hope to instill a love for in my daughter as I'm homeschooling her, is a lifelong love of learning. Not just learning because you're told you need to or whatever, like an actual lifelong love of learning. And I really believe this is one of the best things that you can spend your time on as a new agent. I'm not new. I'm 10 years in. I'm still consistently going out of my way to learn and grow and take classes. I got to turn my car on, guys. It is getting hot in here today. I am still putting that on my schedule, even though it's not like I have unlimited time to sit around and do this. It's something I value and am making time for. And so that's the first thing that I would say to do if you're a new agent is Go to classes, prioritize classes, put classes in your schedule, go to as many of them as you can. Now, you're wondering, where can I find classes? You might ask. Well, your local title company, your local multiple listing services, your local National Association of Realtor branch. Call all three of those places, ask for the upcoming class schedule, and go to those classes. I'm telling you, when you go to these classes, it's going to do a couple things. When you're constantly learning and growing in your business, it's going to do a couple things. The first thing it's going to do is it's going to provide you credibility when you're with your clients, when you're talking to potential leads, when someone asks you, how's real estate, how's the market, you're going to have something to say because you're constantly in these classes, learning, growing, all of that. It's also going to provide you with confidence when you're showing houses for, the first or the third time, when you're going on your first handful of listing appointments. It's going to give you just like, I don't want to say scripts, but it's going to give you like phrases and sentences and things that you can say because you're learning, you're in the real estate world, you know what's going on. And you don't only have to take classes about real estate actually for your business. I think you should take all kinds of classes for your brain, your life, just growth and all of that. However, real estate, obviously you need to be taking those classes. So it's going to do that. The third thing that it's going to do though, when you're educating yourself consistently with real estate stuff or whatever your business is, honestly, is it's going to provide you talking points, but also content. So I know when I was a new agent, I was constantly going to classes way more than I am now. I had way more time on my hands to go to them. So that was something I was booking my day up with, was classes. If I'm not selling houses, I'm going to be learning how to do it better for my clients and at a higher level, because that's what the beginning of your career, a big part of it should really be focused on. And so for me, what would happen is I would leave a class, or I would leave a class and I would have something to say. I would always leave with something to say, or even in the class, I would be typing on my phone something to say, as in a post to say, like verbiage for a post to say with a picture on Facebook, or a video topic that I wanted to talk about on YouTube, or go live, or put on my story for one of my other platforms or whatever. That always would happen because it would give me content ideas. And I know a lot of agents I talk to are like, I want to be making videos for my business or posting content regularly online, but I don't really know what to say because I'm a brand new agent. Well, constantly be learning and putting yourself in these environments, and you're gonna be inspired and you're gonna have something to say. What I've always done in my business is position myself as a local resource, a local expert, whether that was on Facebook in the earlier days or on YouTube eventually, just positioning myself for my ideal clients to find as a local resource. And eventually people will start calling you if you do it consistent and often enough. And going to classes is gonna help give you content if you're not sure what to say. Now, last thing to say about classes. Guys, this angle is really bad and I'm filming on my phone with no mic, but we're gonna roll with it. If it bothers you, hit the thumbs down button. If it doesn't, let me know in the comments and hit the thumbs up button, okay? And also, if it does bother you, you can listen below on Spotify, link below as well. So, last thing I will say about classes though is also take classes. This should go without saying, but take classes offered by your brokerage. Take advantage of Real Broker's classes. If you're not with Real Broker, message me the words, email me the words, my email's in the description, Real Academy, and I will send you a link to Real Academy. You do not have to be with Real Broker to take advantage of the amazing high-level mastermind training that happens on a daily basis at Real Broker. So those are all a bunch of class ideas. I do think it's important to be going to classes in person as well, at least at some point in your business, but Zoom classes and mastermind style online classes can be a really, really valuable thing. Okay, next thing we're going to talk about that's not a waste of time for you to do if you're a new agent is this: getting used to talking on camera. My very best clients I've ever worked with, the highest price point clients I've ever worked with, and the easiest clients I've ever worked with have come straight through videos I've made, literally just like this one, on my iPhone. No fancy equipment. You don't need that. You can get it if you want, but you don't need it. And you got to just start. And that's not a waste of time. So pumping out video content for your business is not a waste of time. What is a waste of time? This is maybe a controversial opinion, but this is my very strong held opinion based off of my experience in the business and so many agents I've talked to, is short form is a waste of time. I know So there are many agents who run their business and get a lot of business from short form. But if we are talking about ways to be the most effective and efficient with your time as a real estate agent, like what is the most not waste of time and what is the most waste of time? Reels and short form just in general, shorts, reels of any kind, TikToks, short form. It is a waste of time. You're going to get more views, but less leads. You're going to get more views faster, but way worse quality leads when you do get leads. When people watch a long form video, they feel like they know you, they feel connected to you. They're a lot more invested in you, if you would say, in working with you in your business. When they watch a reel, they don't care about you. They're just scrolling. And that's just one very small example of why it's a waste of time. When you make a long form video for YouTube, for example, you are building a library. You're building a library of videos that people can go back to and get help from, and it builds you credibility because it shows you know what you're talking about to your clients, and they genuinely help your clients. So that's not a waste of time. In 5 years, people are still going to be watching your YouTube videos, and they're still going to be bringing you business. In 5 years from now, though, that reel that you made yesterday is going to be completely lost in the algorithm, and you're going to have to just keep making more and more and more. So long form is not a waste of time. That's what I would focus on if I was a brand new agent. And by the way, I have an entire checklist of videos I would make first to get leads, videos that have brought me the most amount of leads to my business for YouTube. If you want that list sent to you as a template, shoot me an email with the words video checklist, and I will send it over to you. What is a waste of time is going to networking events. I know you might disagree with me on this one too, but I know so many agents at a brokerage I was with previously who spent a lot of time. They were dedicated and consistent to this. They went to, join the local, Chamber of Commerce. They joined, other various different networking groups for business people to try to get business from. And here's the thing. It's not that it doesn't work. It's just, for how long you have to go, how much time you have to spend to actually get results, like a good amount of results, your time is just better spent somewhere else. You can reach so many more people with a long form YouTube video that are way higher quality leads than from doing that. So that to me is a big waste of time. If you want to network, you want to know where networking is not a waste of time, it's this. Facebook groups. This is not a waste of time. Go on Facebook and add yourself to a handful of real estate agent groups. If you want suggestion for a real estate agent group like this that you can add yourself to, I have one that I will link below. You can request to be added to it in the link below, this Facebook group that I have. However, network in Facebook groups, that is not a waste of time. I have seen many agents, and I have myself personally received also leads this way through just having conversations with other agents and networking and just helping where you can, collaborating with, answering questions in these Facebook groups. You do have to be consistent with it. You do have to show up consistently. Where it can become a waste of time is if you do it once or twice and then you never do it again, well then yeah, it's a waste of time. You got to be consistent to see results. Also, it could be a waste of time if you end up just scrolling and doom scrolling after that. You got to be really disciplined if you're going to ever open the Facebook app or have it on your phone for your business. You also have to pair it with a lot of discipline. You know what I mean? What is not a waste of time as a new real estate agent is cold calling, making those calls, guys. This is not a waste of time. It's not a waste of time. I know not everyone wants to do it. It's not for everyone, but if you want business right now, I promise you will get business right now doing this. The more you do it, the better you're going to get. You don't have to know what you're doing to start. You actually shouldn't. Honestly, it's the kind of thing where you have to just start and suck and improve as you go. And it's okay if you suck. These are the easiest people to suck with because you don't know them. You're never going to see them again. It's not like you're practicing with the people that you want to make sure you do a great job for. You don't know Mr. 123 Main Street seller who might be a little grouchy. So who cares? They're literally the best people to practice on. Make calls. Call as many for sell by owners and expired listings as you can. Just sit down, time block it, bust out a list and do some cold calls. That is not a waste of time. Door knocking for sell by owners and expired listings is not a waste of time. They might be home. They might not be home is what I meant to say. It might be a little potential to be a waste of time in that sense, but the benefits outweigh the cons if they are home. And you obviously have to keep following up, but cold calling is not a waste of time. Watching videos about cold calling and how to do it really well is not a waste of time. Door knocking, though, in my opinion, is a waste of time. Just being honest. I'm just telling you guys because I've spent hours and hours and hours and hours, years as a new agent trying so many things. I'm just telling you guys what really is going to get you results. And it's not all these things, even the ones I'm saying that's a waste of time, they can still get you results. But I'm talking like if you want to spend the least amount of time and make the most amount of money, that's what we're talking about here. Okay. Open houses. While I personally hate them, they're not a waste of time. They're a great use of your time. I almost said a great waste of time. They're a great use of your time. Okay. You got to do them right. You got to have the sign-in sheet. There's a million videos online telling you how to do them well. That's not a waste of time. Spending hours and hours perfecting your website and making sure it's aesthetically pleasing is a waste of time. I'm just going to leave it at that. That's a waste of time. However, spending hours figuring out your CRM system, I personally think you should use Lofty, but I'm very biased. I think Lofty's the best. Whatever your CRM system is, spending hours and hours figuring it out until you have it set and you can put everybody you know and ever meet and every lead that comes in on a drip campaign and all of that, send them newsletters, all the things. That's not a waste of time. Spending a lot of time watching YouTube videos and then applying them that teach you how to use your CRM system, Lofty, if it's Lofty, that's not a waste of time. Getting your CRM system set up so you have drip campaigns, you have, all your leads scheduled to be hit consistently. That's not a waste of time. So anyway, guys, that was just a handful of things that I think are a waste of time and not a waste of time in the business. I hope you got value from today's video. Please leave me a comment and let me know what market in the world you're watching from. Where do you sell houses? What state, what city? Let's pass referrals back to each other. If you watch this video all the way through, I have a handful of playlists on my channel you might find value from. Head over to my channel and find those. Don't forget to subscribe, and I'll see you soon.